So, as you can see, Isle of Wight took a little bit of a toll to the car. I guess I better explain what happened. Sorry, guys. Welcome back to another video. This is not going to be the video you was hoping for, really. I had a couple of issues at Isle of Wight when we went over there with the lads. I wanted to get some recording of driving videos of this car, but you're trying to enjoy the holiday with everyone, trying to make the most of that, but you want to get videos and stuff, and other people's cars had some problems, mine had problems, and you're sort of just juggling about between these different things and trying to go to different places on the holiday as well. So if you want to see the sort of chaos of all of that, there is Reese's channel. I don't even know what his channel's called, but whatever it is, I'll put it here now. Yeah, he's got basically recorded all the behind the scenes sort of things of it. I wanted to do a bit more of the driving video of the car. So, I mean, where should we start off? So we'll start off with the shifter. I've had some problems with the shifter because this is a new model, that shifter. So there will be some little teething problems. They're nothing major. It was just some little bits, some little problems with it. So I had that problem to deal with. 5 minutes from the ferry on the way back. So this car, sound pretty much, other than the sort of like some shifting problems, but it's been sound, absolutely perfect. I won the rev off on Isle of Wight takeover. They have like a rev battle basically, and yeah, I had the bonnet exit on and we managed to win that, which was mega because it's the first time I've entered and I've won. So yeah, that was mega to do. Then on the way back, about 5 minutes from the ferry, the clutch master went on a hill because it's boiling hot. It was a really good weekend, and this has got a Helix 6-paddle clutch. So I think being on the hill that we were in, stuck in traffic, going on and off, I think it just took a toll on the master cylinder and it's just blown out. So I have got one of them coming, which I will fit on this video. After that, because it wouldn't obviously go into gear or anything like that, I ended up having to get a mate to tow me to the ferry. Well, they had to have a fixed bar now to tow to get you on and off the boat. Whereas we only had rope to get me there, basically, as a backup thing. I always carry in the car. So we got there in time, but sadly, most of the mates, well, all of the mates pretty much, apart from one, Reese, that stayed back with me, basically got on the boat and got over because there's no reason all of us staying. So we managed to find a fixed bar, which was a miracle. I don't even know how we found it, but we did manage to find one. We got it fitted, got the car on the boat fine. We got it off, and I reckon 40 minutes down the road, if that. We're coming up to this roundabout, not going fast, literally, I think we're doing 40, 30, if that. And he's braking, because on a bar, you don't brake. I've never been towed by a bar, so I was going along with what he said, which is true. I didn't brake, so I haven't got my foot over it. We've been, like say, 40 minutes, we've been sort of alright. And yeah, the bar snapped. And yeah, I crashed into the back of him. So unfortunately, I had to sort his bumper out, and I had to sort my own. My mate is doing this. He's going to repair this one because I've already smashed up a bumper before by hitting an animal, and that was, yeah, obliterated, a lot worse than this. But my mate said he can fix this, so I'm going to get him to fix it. Probably on this video again, it'll probably be back by then, and I'll have it fitted. There'll be a video of me fitting it because at the minute, it's all been taken off, just ready to come off, basically. Just because it was an absolute nightmare. The bolts obviously been on there for a little while now, and I've just been a video of me struggling, basically. So yeah, I've had that stripped. There is a reverse sensor as well, because I can't get my reverse lights to work. I don't know why. Because I got the turbo blanket and bits like that and heat shielding off around the engine bay there. Basically just so when I get the sensor, I can fit that, which I will put in this video as well. So if that does fix it, you guys, it will tell you what to do and what to check. But yeah, it's just sort of a tidy up around the car now. I've just got to fix it all ready. Because there's, like I say, other little teething problems and stuff you notice. That's the first proper car show and holiday, like driving holiday, I've had with this car. So it was a good test point to see if the car is up for it or not, which, to be fair, it was up for it apart from the clutch. It lasted all week. I mean, I've done God knows how many miles. I put like 5 tanks of fuel in the car. So that just sums up how much I did drive the car. So like I say, it put up with all of that, and they weren't easy miles. they were yeah, they were definitely enjoyable ones. Hence why I'm not too bothered about this happening really, because I had a good holiday with it. The car held out, and yeah, until the very end. I'll show you a bit more on this damage, a bit more close up of it. This is where obviously the turn eye goes. The bar snapped and then went through this bit here, went upwards. Then he backed off and I actually hit him twice, and then that's the second impact of the bar. There is more damage, so when you look here, there's a crack. The camera won't really pick it up, but there is a lot of stress cracks all over the bumper. Basically, like you can see there slightly. Scratched all of that, and then it did pierce through here as well, straight down, which I think that might have been his tone eye or something on his car that hit me. You can see underneath is all cracked as well. Yeah, a couple of the grill bits. So this grill bolts in, basically. There's loads of little holes round, and this grill bolts into this. So a couple of them did blow through, so that would have to be redone. These carbon fibre bits, they are stuck on. This is what they look like behind, basically, these WRC bumpers. But yeah, these carbon bits are stuck on. This top grill's stuck in because it gives you the perfect fitment then. So he'll just have to mask up around them when he comes painting. It did crack down here as well. You can sort of see it very slightly. So yeah, there's just a couple of bits and pieces on it which has gone wrong. But yeah, overall the car's been alright. It's just these slight little problems that I've had. But yeah, like I say, it is what it is. Accidents happen. End of the day, I'm alright, he's alright. Just the car's a little bit bruised, but that's it. I mean, bumpers, they're easy enough fixes. You can take them on and off as and when. Yeah, ain't too bad. I will catch you guys when bumper's fixed, and we'll start getting this car put back together. First thing that's turned up is the master cylinder, so I'll get that changed first. This is what the new one looks like. You would take your whole metal sort of bracket of the pedal, you take out, and you just replace this part to it. There is 2 lines in the engine bay that you have to disconnect, and I think there's an electrical plug in the engine bay as well. And then there's 3 bolts down here and 1 electrical plug on the pedal side in the footwell as well. I will show you quickly what they are. I'm not going to show you me taking it out because, as you can see, all you're going to see is me in the footwell. You ain't actually going to be able to see what I'm taking out. So I'll just show you what they are, and then, yeah, we'll get this swapped over and I can show you a bit more detail. So this is where the master cylinder is, up here. You have to take this bolt out and that bolt, and then there's one right at the top there that you have to take out. It's a right pain trying to get this metal bracket out. It does go between these pedals and the steering rack, but it is an absolute nightmare. I can't remember if I had to disconnect this or not. I don't think I did, but yeah, I'll be able to tell you a bit more into it when I take it out. There is a plug up there, I'm pretty sure, that you've got to take out as well. But yeah, I'll get this out and I can show you a bit more detail what it is and where it goes. In here, you have your 2 lines. So I'm pretty sure you have to take this one out through that little clip there. That pings off, and then this line will come out. And then this one, I think you screw it and then or pull it, and then it just pops off this line. And you've also got that little plug there that I'm pretty sure you have to take out. If you were doing that, what I would recommend is put a microfiber down as well, because there will still be some fluid in them lines, so you will get a little bit dripped down. So if you don't want it to go over anything underneath, just put a cloth there or something just to catch some fluid from it. I'll get this out and we'll go from there. So this is what it looks like with the clutch pedal out. I can see it's been leaking from this like housing bit here, and it's leaking all. I mean, some of this is what's dripped down from the pipe I disconnected. I think it must go somewhere in that joint and then seep through your pedal through this bit here, because there is some fluid inside there. End up being 4 bolts that hold this in, which was an absolute pain because I remember this being a nightmare. And there's 2 parts of this that are a nightmare. Everything else, easy. The bolt up here, hidden right up top. You can hardly see it. But there were the 3 which I show you on the camera, that you can see, and this one's quite high up there anyway, and then yeah, you've got this one hidden right at the top. There's two plugs, plug that went in to this. So yeah, there's a plug here, and then there is another plug that goes into this point here that you twist in, and it like locks in, and I think that's what does the clutch switch. So there's two plugs you've got to take out and 4 bolts on the inside, and then there's one plug there and your 2 lines that go in there, which you get brand new anyway, them bits. So that's all new, and then you can see you just have the plastic bit that goes up here, that you just click into, which is on here. So that just clicks into that little clutch pedal itself, and then all the rest is fairly self-explanatory. How it goes in, you've got your little grooves on the side here. You literally unclip this and then you twist it out, twist this end out. So as you can see, that twists through there and then pulls through. Just goes through in like that, making sure this stays in where it needs to go. Turns out these can only turn one way. So it goes in the holder, make sure all the bits are locked through, and then your new one should lock in like that. It is very tight because obviously you don't want this to leak. Goes through there and then should click in all the way. Might need a screwdriver or something just to help it push in a bit flat. So basically, so that white clip then is both flush, so it's clicked in that side and that side. And I mean, that's fairly simple. So that's all in now. How you take these out from the engine bay, this clip will just have a piece on the top that you ping off. This one, you pull this little tab, you pull that down, and it will lock itself like that, and then you can simply take the bung out, and then when you've put it back in, you lock the tab back up, and then it stops it from coming out basically. This one's quite simple, it just pushes over and clicks on. So yeah, that's pretty simple, that side of things. Let's get this back in the car. I've got the new clutch master cylinder all fitted up. Everything's all connected, bolts are back in, which is all good. Connected the lines from the inside of the engine bay as well, so they're all done. Also what we've got is from a good mate, Red 5 Carbon, Mehmet, we have some more carbon parts. So on Instagram you would have seen that I fitted the rear boot trim. That was a full carbon fibre piece. These ones are full carbon fibre pieces. I think I know what's in here. One is a one-off part and the other one is something, I think it might be the triangle for where my mirrors are. I will show you guys, obviously, if it's in here, we'll be fitting it. Every time I see carbon fibre parts, it's just, I don't know, something about carbon fibre. It's weird, it's just a weave, but for some reason it just looks so cool. So this is the carbon fibre triangle. It is a full carbon fibre part that you then glue on just in front of the mirrors. Basically, how I lost this is the clips on that side of the triangle. When I run the bonnet exit, it points that side of the car, which goes over this, so that all the fumes and stuff come over this bit and over the mirror. It heated up all the clips on it and then melted them out of the car. So I lost this, yeah, quite a long time ago actually, which it's nice to finally get the car fully back with all its carbon bits on. This one is a one-off part that we've been discussing for 2-3 years now, I reckon. Ever since I started buying all the carbon pieces, pretty much any carbon bit on this car is done by this guy, Red 5, just because he's probably the most genuine guy going. There's other carbon fibre people out there, but I have to say, you're not going to get the customer service that you do from Mehmet. I mean, I've dealt with him now 4-5 years, and I've not had one single problem. If you do have, let's say something, if you found it on the carbon bit not very well done, or you know, might have a scratch on it, for example, for the transport, he's willing to help you out, even if there's a scratch or anything like that. There's nothing, he doesn't hide from anything. So this, people, is a full, first of its kind. I don't think there is another one with this. It's a full one-piece carbon fibre engine cover. As you can see, it's all real carbon, weighs absolutely nothing. But as some of you may know and some of you might not with the Focuses, and to be fair with the Volvos as well, these engine covers come in actually 3 parts. You have your front cover here, or top engine cover here, this bit's separate, and then the side piece is separate as well. Hence why you can sort of see the line where he's joined it there. Yeah, I don't really know why they come in 3, but they always have, as well as you normally buy in an Embo like cover that goes across here. This is normally, you see the front of the engine on that bit, but he's gone extra and gone down there because there is a piece you can buy off him as well that covers that, but he's pretty much integrated it into one solid piece, which is pretty cool. Just basically, yeah, just got to test it and make sure it all fits right. But I've been, yeah, wanting this for a long time. So yeah, so I guess we'll get them fitted and see what it looks like. But where this part goes is just on here, like so. Yeah, so basically it just tidies that up, and it's so you haven't got to keep worrying about putting like that plastic coat and all that sort of stuff on it, because they always go milky. A little bit like the front scuttle, that always goes a bit funny as well. But how I put these parts on, and how, to be fair, how I glue all the parts around my car on, is this Hippo Pro 3. You can use like Tiger Seal or any sort of glue that you're used to, but personally I think that this, it actually says on the tube that it's meant for carbon fibre as well, and it does get a really good hold on all the parts. Yeah, I've never had a problem with all the parts that I've put on the car. None of them have came off or anything like that, or even come close to coming off. That just shows how well it sticks. But yeah, you don't need a massive amount. It's like anything, you sort of just got to use a bit of common sense when you fit these sort of parts. Obviously you want a decent amount where it's not just gonna come flying off, but you don't want to overdo it and it's spurting out all the edges and God knows what else. So I reckon that's probably enough, all you need. It sits pretty flush with the part. I'd open the door just because there's a seal here that can push this out. So when you fit it on, you want to do the back first and then just push the front in, so then you can get it as flush as possible. Because basically you don't want no gaps on it. You want it to look like a full... You probably could glue this on and be a full replacement part, but the only reason I go against that is behind here you have a bolt that you take this arch off. So if you ever want to take your arch off or anything like that, for whatever reason, maybe you crash into your mate or anything like that, at least you can still take these off and take your arch off if you have any problems, maybe get a scratch or something, needs some respraying. So basically if you leave the door slightly open just while it sets, you know it's not going to push onto anything then, and it'll sit nice when you close the door. But yeah, I'm just going to let that set for a little bit. While I'm doing that, I'm going to strip the engine cover and get the next part on. So I thought I'd just show you guys, this is what I mean by in 3 bits. This is hydro dipped. Everyone used to think that this was actual carbon fibre, but it's not. You can tell this is real carbon fibre, and this is again from Red 5. He first made this like cam cover, and then he was going to make all the bits separate, but thought, why can't we just build up one whole piece, which is, yeah, pretty cool. The next bit is this cover here is what you obviously hide. I know I had this obviously powder coated red, but that's what the cover should cover most of that as well, because you can buy ones that bolt into here and cover this bit. If yours isn't obviously powder coated, it does get quite corroded, this bit of the engine cover. But yeah, so you have your first bit that's up here, joins this bit here. This piece here is a section as well, and then you have your end bit here. We'll get this off. I think there, yeah, little Torx bits in there. So I'll whip this one off and try and get that one on. Just so you guys know, it's a T30 what hold these engine covers in. So this is what I mean by 3 pieces. That's the first one. And this one comes out in 2 because I glued the top piece on. You can see where it would normally click in there and split your 2 covers, but yeah, that's 1 piece. So this bit was over, clicks in to that bit there. As you can tell, because I glued this one over, this was just sitting freely in there. But that's how it would normally come in 3 bits. This will give you a better view of what it's like. So, as you can tell, the 1 bit, 2, and that'll be a 3rd, which will be the side cover. But because this is real carbon, this bit, it's just glued on. Compared to just 1 whole piece that does it all. Let's get the new one marked up and fitted in. Try and get it in line with everything, because these clips have got to go down in certain positions. Probably help if you didn't have a giant wastegate looking at you. That should tuck down there. As expected, being the first one with these carbon fibre parts, you will come across some like little problems and stuff, just fitment issues. Just beside where the cams are and the belt, it literally catches just on a tiniest bit here, but that's on nothing to do with actually catching the belt. It's to do with the engine mount. Just catches on the engine mount slightly. So I think I'll trim this piece of carbon out here and it should fit in mint. As you can tell, this is probably going to be trial and error. I've just cut a piece here for that engine mount to go in. It might work, it might not. I think, like I say, it's going to take a couple of times in and out, trial and error, just to get this to go properly. So everything seems to be lining up quite nice. Everything's gone down all right. Yeah, so the engine cover's on. You would have seen the cinematic shots of it. I'm actually really happy for a one-off piece. I think he might be making them for other people. That will be an actual part you can buy. But for the first one, like I say, there was only a little bit of cutting on the edge. Other than that, everything went on fine. Yeah, all the bolt holes lined up perfect. Everything fitted nice. It's all snug. It don't flex about. It is literally solid. So there's no movement or anything like that, which the plastic covers, they all judder about and they're all a bit flexible. So the only thing which has my sort of concern is heat, because I know with these carbon parts, a bit like my bonnet, as soon as you get a bit of heat through it, they seem to go, sometimes they can go a bit milky, but that's to do a clear coat on top of the carbon, but they normally go a bit golden, a bit like my carbon heat shield at the back. Because it's near my manifold, that did start to go a bit golden and burn, sort of, hence why I cut it back. I'm just worried that this might possibly burn. And if the plastic ones didn't burn, this one should be alright. So it might go a bit golden, but again, that could go with the bronze bits I've got in the car. It might make it look a bit cool, but we'll see. I'll update you guys later on to see how that holds up. I'll now do the bleeding of the clutch. I can safely say I've never done this before, so if I do some steps wrong, I'll probably edit it out and make it look like I know what I'm doing. As far as I know, I've got this pressure bleeder. Screw this onto here. Pump this to, I think it's 1 bar. Bleed nipple, I'm pretty sure, is down here somewhere, which I'll connect this little bit to. Oh, it's so easy to get to. So on the front of this gearbox here, it's obviously a lot easier because I haven't got a bumper on. But there is a little 12mm nut, and where the bleed nipple is, you just connect the bottle, and I've got a tube going into a carton on there. I've got the pressure still up on this with the fluid in. So in theory, I think when I crack this nipple, it's going to push the fluid through, which will then clear out all the air bubbles that will be in the pedal. I think I will have to pump the pedal a couple of times just because it's a new master, so it will take a bit of like getting the fluid through pumping, but yeah, we'll see how we get on. So that's gone through. It's got rid of pretty much most of the air, I believe. Let's release the pressure and take this back off. So that feels quite nice. I think we might have got that in one. So I'll show you in a bit more detail what we had going on. So we had this, which we pumped up to 1 bar. You just screw that cap straight onto there. You fill this up with your and clutch and brake fluid. Down here, we have the pot with the tube on. Went just up there onto that black piece. We'll try and zoom in for you. So you have your little nut there that you would undo that end nut, 12 mil, and you just put the little tube onto that little bleed nipple there, which runs down into the pot, and you just keep doing it until there's no more air bubbles, and then it's just filled up the pot. As you can see, it didn't use a lot to go through. Right, so now that's all bled up and it feels like it's working. I'm gonna start the car and just pull it forwards and back quick and just test that it's all good. But yeah, I call that a success. The car moves forwards and back, clutch feels nice, which is good because at least now I can actually move the car under its own power. I ain't got to keep pushing it around because, as you know, these aren't light cars to push around. Yeah, we'll just finish off tidying up some bits here and wait until the bumper's done and we'll get that back on. So here we have the bumper all back together again and full respray on it. Big thanks to my mate Lee at Waters Body and Paint. He's the one that sprayed the whole kit and fitted the rear arches as well. So he knew about this bumper anyway. But yeah, we've just resprayed the whole thing because you might as well if you're fixing all bits of here. But, I mean, you can see even in the tone eye, everything is back how it should have been. The patchwork is even sprayed behind the bumper. So all the fixes, so you'd never even know that anything was happened. Only thing we've got to do now is to get it fitted back up with a bit of YouTube magic. There we have it. The car's all back together again. It's all running again. So it's pretty much like nothing ever happened. There was some other bits. I've done like a reverse sensor on top of the gearbox. I've done that. There's been a gearbox mount I've had to redo as well. But I didn't put it in this video because it would just be too long then. So I've just done the main bits and bits that you probably would have to change. So let's say if you had a big power one of these, the clutch master might be a thing. It is, I know it is a common problem. So it might just be something you had to change. So at least now you've got something to go by when you have to do it. But yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that's obviously helped get this car back to how it is. I know I've done most of the work, but ordering parts and things like that, it all have to come from people, and like Lee for painting the bumper and bits and pieces. And Red 5 Mehmet for sorting me out the carbon covers. It all just ties the car up together, really. Like I said, if you do want to watch what we've been getting up to at Isle of Wight, like driving and just some sort of vlogging type videos, Reese will have it up on his channel at some point soon, hopefully. So you can give his channel a watch. The next thing for this car would probably be, it's called Heavenham Hall Country Fair. It's a place near me. It's where Tax the Rich done all their videos if you watch them on YouTube. I know they don't do nothing anymore, but they used to be a big thing back in the day. But they host their own like country fair. So they have all the normal country fair stuff, but they also have a horsepower hill, which is similar to sort of Goodwood type sort of feel to the place, which is really cool because they have like a concourse section, and they have the cars that will go up the hill, and they are like probably some of the best cars in the country go to it. So it'll be like your Bugattis, your Zondas, your Koenigsegg's. It could be anything from Countach's to whatever. And they take LaFerraris up the hill and all sorts. So it's just a really good day out for a petrol head. Well, this year, luckily I'll be taking the Focus up Horsepower Hill to see what it can do. They do record your speeds and that. I don't know if it's going to be too good because the hill's not very long. So as we know with this car, it's not the best accelerating car just because it can't put the power down fully until you get going, which is probably like third gear, I'd say, when it starts putting the power down properly. So the next video, I'll try and get some footage of that. I've got a chest piece somewhere for the camera, so I'll put that on and then hopefully get some like POV footage of going up the hill, going into the show maybe, and things like that. I'm just going to try and record as much as I can for it. There will be a lot going on. It's only on a Saturday and a Sunday, so it's just a weekend event. But yeah, it should be good fun. I've got Romain from Race Cow tweaking the car again because this car did have a boost leak, which we didn't really know. Turns out there was a port underneath the plenum that's always been leaking. So I'll be getting that fixed and sorted. We should be all good for the show. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, I'm sorry I didn't get the Isle of Wight footage that you guys wanted, but we just had some problems that we couldn't, you would never have worked out that was going to happen pretty much. So I'm sorry I didn't get them, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and the next video hopefully will be a bit more exciting with the actual driving of the car rather than just fixing it and maintaining it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please drop it a like, share and subscribe, and comment below if there's things you want to find out more about the car or want to see me do. Let's say if you want to see me drive it a bit more, POV drives. If you want to see more of that sort of stuff, just drop it in the comments and I'll try and get the next videos and stuff planned for things that you guys actually want to see, or maybe want to know a bit more about the car. There might be something I've missed off that you guys want to know more about, and I can add it into another video. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Cheers.